Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. Thought I'd play with my stencils tonight a little bit. Last night I played with them a little bit. Did another page in my playlist journal, as I'm going to call it now. Since it's way past NaNoWriMo, since even though it was inspired then, I'm just going to call it my playlist journal. So, this was my page I did last night with, inspired by, I should say, Seasons of Love by, from Rent, I should say. So, this is Seasons of Love by Rent. Yeah, thanks, Dee Dee. Someone mentioned it last night in chat, and I thought, oh, that's a cool name for it. So, that was my page last night. It was a late night impromptu stream. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 stories told. Anyway, so that was that page. So tonight, I'm going to get out my jelly plate. My used and abused jelly plate. Poor thing. Used and abused. Okay. Late Sunday night stream. Since I thought all day yesterday was Sunday, it's been a nice long weekend. Now, Dee Dee, since it's almost your bedtime, I do understand if you fall asleep on me. Okay. And ta-da! Hey, Dee Dee, look. It looks like your heat gun. Okay. So, let's see. I see there's still a few people coming in. Hi, Kim. Dana's here, and Deb, and Dee Dee, and Scrapper Karen. Hi, Karen. And Kathy. Cool. Alright. That was a little crusty piece of paint. Don't need any crusty pieces. A lot of crusty pieces. That means it's a little thick. Sorry. I wonder the other side. The other side doesn't have crusty pieces, so I should be alright. A little bit there on the corner. Alright. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, it does, Deb. But some of it'll come up with my backgrounds, so all's good. Alright. What shall I start with? Got my let me show you the stencils that I cut last night. So there's this chevron. Turn my lamp a little bit. I'm getting a little glare. So there's that chevron. There's just a grid of circles. There's my kind of morphed squares there. Thanks, Dee Dee. So let me know when you find the plastic because I'll send you all my SVG files. You can just bring them into studio and then cut. Hold on. They slide everywhere. Yeesh. And then I've got a lattice. Thanks, Kathy. And it's lots of fun on Inkscape. This one is lattice, but then there are circles cut into the lattice. And hexagons. I have an octagon one too, but I didn't get the octagons cut yet. Then there's these fan blades. I had 4 fan blades, but the other 2 got messed up. So I have 2 fan blades. Then there's this 3D one. This is the one I used on the top layer of my page there. This one was inspired by iStencils. iStencils makes one like this, and it was so simple to make. Obviously I know I can't sell it, but I changed it by putting a scallop edge around the edge so that you won't ever get like a straight edge kind of on it. But yeah, anyway, I just don't feel like paying 15 bucks for something I can do myself. And then this is the full sheet of those lattice circles. Well, they are, but it's fun. I'm just sitting here with my feet up anyway, so may as well do something. So I love working on my computer and designing this, stuff like this. Now I want to try and make one like this, but with smaller lattice openings, but we'll see. Then this one I was cutting just with my Cricut cartridges yesterday when my Cricut wouldn't work right. So it got all messed up. I couldn't get my Cricut. It's like, because I so rarely use my cartridges with my Cricut, I couldn't figure out how to get my paper on to cut right. So funny. But anyway, so I can use like part of it. I might cut it in half or something. If I just cut it here, then that'll work for something. So I'm going to play with my new stencils tonight. And my jelly plate. Now, for those of you who are watching the recording on Ustream or on YouTube who may not follow me on Twitter, I'm going to show you. This is, now I used to use index dividers, which is great plastic. It works very well. But I found these on my last trip to my dollar store, and they're file folders. And this is what they're like. Okay, they're sheer plastic file folders. So all I do is I cut the tabs off just because it would be just my luck that an important part of the stencil would end up being messed up by not having a square corner here. So I cut them down. So when you cut like 1/2 inch off the top and the bottom, they're 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter-ish length. And now one side is more narrow than the other, so one side ends up being 7 and a half, unless you have a smaller stencil that you can use this whole tab section. Okay. And then I cut this one just straight off, so I cut just this part of the tab off. So one ends up being 8 and a half wide, and one ends up being 7 and a half wide, basically. So out of that, for $2.50, I can get like 24 page-size stencils. Yes, I have been. Oh, hi, B3. How are ya? Sorry, Dee Dee, I'm not sure which one you said you really liked because of the leg, and I just saw your comment. Hey, Jonna. Nice to see you. Okay. But did you guys see Pavla's stencils? Man, that girl should be designing for a stencil company. Man, she has major talent. Whew. And more patience even than me. Okay. They're just amazing. Oh, Darcy. You know what? It's so funny, Jonna, because I was just going to ask, or is it Darcy again undercover? Too funny. I was just about to ask that. Hi, Darcy. Okay, let's just get started. Okay, I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with some yellow and orange. Oh, my yellow's getting empty. Wow, I've been using a lot of yellow. So, might have to try color wash like Dee Dee does. You probably saved her login information, Darcy. That's all. You just have to type in Darcy Glam in your password instead of hers. Ooh! Wow. I don't want to overmix it. I do want to end up with some actual yellow left in there. Very happy to have found my sprayer. Alrighty, let's start. These are my little texture fun foams. You get 2 of each one, so I just grabbed my new ones here tonight. Yeah, I know, Dee Dee. They're right here. I might have to, if I get cold. Here you go, Dee Dee. If I get cold, I'll have to put it on. I'm drinking tea right now, so I'm not cold. And put this on my paper that I've got sitting right beside me here. All right. Grab a piece of paper. Oh dear. Yes, my house coat already has paint on it, so I figured last night it would may as well have turned it into my sweater that I wear when I'm painting. So there's my first layer. Little texture. You can see some of the purple pulled up. Now I'm going to pull another one right away. I'm going to use white this time. Get a second print here. Yeah, after I adjusted my garments, I had to go and put on my painty clothes, my top and capris. So that's going to start to build up some fun colors. You can see that some of that leftover paint that was on the jelly plates being picked up. I'm so happy Laurel and Murda got together yesterday and ran into Diane Reevely of all people. Bet they're having fun at her class. It sounds like a fun class. Using, what was it? Using stamps. Yeah, using stamps in your journaling. So we'll have to get Laurel journaling next, Dee Dee. Okay, so I'm going to just dry this down. All right, hold on. I've got my heat gun and my, oh, there's my heat gun. It fell off. Uh-oh. Okay. I could, Dee Dee, if I had a water bottle. But I'll build up on it. Oh, lots of blue circle, Dee Dee. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to add some red. Red and blue, because then that makes purple. Don't know what'll happen when this red and blue come together, but we'll find out, won't we? Uh-oh. Am I gone? Hello? Oh, okay. I'm back. Yeah, Ustream's been really fun this weekend. Eesh. Ooh, interesting purple. Cool. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Oh, darn it. Jean. Well, that was pretty dumb. Let's see if I can get any of it off. Yeah. Couldn't be much dumber than that, rolling it off on my good piece of paper. So then. Alright, let's grab my that stencil, I guess. Oops. Guess that's where it's going. Oh, it's pixelated? Well, lattice is not going to show up everywhere because I got some of the paint. Cool. And I'm going to do another print on this one. Guess all that orange paint wasn't dry. Thanks. Oh no, it's not getting ditched. It will get used. Alright, so now there's that other page that had some leftover on it. And now I'm going to start a third page by picking this up, putting this down, and then I'll clean off my oops. All right, that's not paper I wanted. Hold on. I got some more over here. Just gotta get some printer paper. Just a second, folks. Reach back to my printer. Here we go. It is just the Staples brand cardstock. So I think it's 110 pound, I believe. 110 pound. But it'll work on copier paper. It'll work on watercolor paper. Get more texture, obviously, if you use watercolor paper, because the paper itself is textured. So there you get the image paint, leftover paint from the stencil. And then a similar thing on this side. Another drink of tea. All right, so got a few pages going here. And I just have to do some drawing on this. Now remember, please, you cannot use your heat gun on your jelly plate. Please, 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 please. Warning, warning, warning. That's really thick, the paint right there. Not drying yet. But it might be dry by the time I just going underneath it here. So we can get it. Okay. Might be dry by the time I get my next set of paints on there. Alright, so now I want to do Okay, this time I'm going to do something a little different. This time I'm going to use this as a stamp. So I'm going to take my paint and I'm going to roll it onto my fun foam, and then I'm going to stamp it onto there, and I'm going to use my Blue Black by Dynacolor, PBO Studio Paint. So, yeah, just a little paint on the cap. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. It does a cool embellishment. Look at that. It's a cool embellishment. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to use, just a minute, I have a piece of this, yes it is. piece of this that the edge got messed up. So I'm just going to use this as paint palette tonight. So, oops. There we go. So I'm going to spread my paint out. Whatever you use as your paint palette will work here. And then I'm just going to put my, yeesh. I don't know if this might be a little too subtle to show up. We'll see. If it is, I'll add a little copper or something. Yes, she would love that cup of paint. That's exactly who I thought of. But the way the, yeah, I can see it. I don't know if I can catch it in the, you can see it shimmering there. There you go. You can see it shimmering there. But I think what I really need with this, now I'm going to take this, I'm just going to put it on my plate. I'm going to use it on one of the other pieces of paper here. It should give me some really good texture. And I'll get rid of the rest of it here like this. No wasting. There. Cleans that a little bit until I need it again. And there we go, another layer. All right. So let's do another piece. So this will be my main piece, but then I ended up with two other pieces as well. Let's look at another stencil. All right, this time I'm going to start with green. I think I can get a little bit of this yellow out. And I want a darker green as well. Oh, beyond. Oh, oh, oh. All right, so I'm using lime green and Spanish something olive and a little bit of yellow. And then after this, I'm going to do one of my transfer paint thingies. Didn't mean to put that much yellow on. Didn't think there was that much yellow left in the bottom. And I'm going to use one of my favorite new tools, this nice big bubble wrap. I don't know if it's because of my eyesight that I like what happens with the large bubble wrap more than... Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to the back side of this one that I was starting. Just let it sit there for a minute till I get my paper on here because I don't want to dry my paint. So on my first layer, I like to have texture. Hi, Erica. Nice to see you. Sorry, I kind of left Patrice's there. For some reason, when I saw the name, I was thinking it was Nikki, but she's the altered inker, not Muse. I got confused, and so then I thought, well, I'm going to stream anyway. So whoever wants to go there can go there. Whoever wants to come here can come here. There we go. I'm still getting some of the little specks of paint coming up from the other layers. So that's why I don't bother cleaning my plate. That's about as random as I get. So, and I think it's cool. So you can see the variations in the colors there. And might have left it too long. I may not get any on this one. We'll see. Hey, Kim. A little bit. It's a start. All right, now before I start putting my paint on for my next layer, I'm just going to make sure this is dry. Because I've learned that was my issue when I tried to start art journaling. I wasn't drying my layers. And I ended up with mud every time I tried. Thank you. Yay, Kim! Woohoo! See, Dee Dee, you can do this without needing a jelly plate. Me, the jelly plate frees me from worrying about planning what I'm going to get. I don't have to know what I'm going to get. I just had to get a little knowledge of the color wheel so I didn't always make mud. And sometimes I still do every now and then if I forget, but getting there. Hold on, sorry, gotta readjust my chair here. Slide out from under me. Okay, so now I think I want to add, ouch, oh, ow. I'm gonna add some shimmery paint on top of this one. I think I'm gonna do my orange yellow and my violet blue. I know, it looks like fuchsia, but it's got a lot of blue shimmer in it. Hey, Nancy! Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Don't know what I'm going to do yet tomorrow night. Probably more of the same of this. And I'll actually probably do another journal page tomorrow night on my stream. Although I was looking at my YouTube and my Ustream channels, and I always have more views when I do mini books, mini albums, and scrapbook pages and stuff. But then when I do journaling. But that's okay. I don't do it for the views. I just thought it was interesting. But I don't really have, I have to do Project Life stuff for my sister because she got an empty scrapbook for Christmas. So I do have to do her pages, but I'm not going to start tomorrow. I think I'll start that Tuesday. Get myself organized. Oh no, Kim. Too funny. I won't repeat that on camera though, Kim. I'm sure you appreciate that. Ooh, cool. Yeah, almost did it again. All right. This time I am going to use my lattice circles. So this is going to put some, so remember, the only place the blue and or the, I'm saying blue because there's a lot of blue shimmer in that violet. So I'm going to end up with a frame plus that coming through. So I'm going to try and line it up the best I can. Oh no. I remember our French teacher in high school telling us this story. She got up one morning and she hadn't slept much the night before. Her daughter had been up all night. And she gets to school and takes off her overcoat in the staff room. And she realizes that she has her top and everything on, but on the bottom with her pantyhose, all she has is her slip. She forgot to put her skirt on. And she got to school and had no skirt on. So there we go. We have the frame with some of those lattice circles. Trust me, Brenda, trust me. Yeah, right. Like I know what I'm doing. But they're on the color wheel beside each other, so they work. Yeah. All right, so we've got a little ghost shadow there on this one. Well, see, I've got the lime green there already, Dana. See? Got the lime green. Yes. All right, now I'm going to need one more piece of paper here. Oops. Another white piece. I should have bought a pack of white and a pack of cream. I thought I had a whole pack of cream left here at home, but then when I got home, it was actually just paper and not. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, she was from Val d'Or, Quebec, our French teacher. And then I remember one day we had a bomb threat. Okay, like, well, this would have been 1978 or 79. I graduated in 1980, so it was probably 1979. Can't remember if it was in grade 11 or 12. We had a bomb scare at the school, and we, of course, thought it was great because we had 2 hours, you know, outside waiting for them to clear the building and stuff. Anyway, we couldn't figure out why our French teacher, this is the same lady, very cool. This is very cool. Why she got so upset. We couldn't figure out why she got so upset over this bomb threat. I mean, we knew it wasn't real. One of the kids was playing a prank, and only to realize that one of the high schools that she had taught at in Quebec apparently did have a bomb go off. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, so no, that's not my original. I don't need to dry that. So I think this one needs a pop of black. So what I'm gonna do, and I can't find my black. So I do not know where my black went. It has to have fallen on the floor and rolled around somewhere. I have no black. So I do have navy blue. Well, I'll just use my blue-black stuff here. I'll just use this. For my pop of black, but not quite black. Alright, guess I'm going to Michael's tomorrow anyway because I need blades for my trimmer. I need a pokey tool. I can't find my pokey tool, so I figure the best way to find it is to buy a new one. Because the minute I buy a new one, I'll find my pokey tool. Guaranteed, right? Erica, are you calling Dee Dee a grandma? That's a southern thing, I think, because Barb says it too. Bless her little heart. I'm just making sure I get down in the little grooves of the... So this is going to make that page look like it's 3D, like Lego blocks. That's a cool idea. What I should do is I should group them in groups of 6 to make them look like Lego. Wouldn't that be cool? I can make them a little smaller. There's a good idea. So it's not quite black, but it gives a little pop. I can add the black later when I add it into a journal page or whatever. Well, I'm not sure, Dana. Like, it was always in my tool caddy. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. So, and now day before yesterday, I knocked my stupid tool caddy off my desk. So, and in order to get to everything that fell off, I have to do some cleaning behind my desk. So, because I've got boxes piled up back there. So that's a job for tomorrow. Yay. All right, not much came up because this, all right. I'm just going to dry this for a second because it's going to take a minute. Hi, Dar. Nice to see you. I'm just playing, Dar. Playing with my jelly plate. This will still be wet under the stencil. So plastic will keep it wet for a little bit. So I'm going to put it this way. Don't know what happened to my stencil up there. It got kind of curled. Okay. All right. Let's see what we end up with. Oh, just a hint. Just a hint. Which is fine. That's fine. And it's obviously darker on this side. Thanks, Star. Oh, no, it's not on a chair. If it was on a chair, I'd have found it already. It's been missing for a while. I don't sell any of my stuff that I make, Dar. But you're on the Austin list anyway for some of the other ones, the older ones. And I have to get those cut this week. I'm trying to get a day set aside this week to finish up all those Austin stencils. I have about 5 or 6 sets left to cut for people. So, there we go. So there's a couple of pages to add to my collection. Now, I'm going to do one of the transfer thingies. Actually, I'm going to try and clean this up first a little bit. So I'm going to do on one of these self-adhesive laminating sheets, and I'll show you what it looks like. So of course I have to build up all my layers on my plate first, and then I transfer them all at the end as if it was an art project. Now what Dana did with her, that's really cool with the packing tape, taking the packing tape off the back at the end. That won't work with these because here's what, ooh, hold on, one of my lights is unclipped here. Just a second. There we go. This is one of the ones I did, because this is much thicker than the packing tape. So it's not going to come off with water like the packing tape did. I'm pretty sure. Yes, you were, Dana. Yep, Dana. The ones I'm sending to the ones in Austin are my people ones. The silhouettes, and I have a map one. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly, Dee Dee. Exactly. So this is what. Where's my other one? My other one is my favorite one. Where'd it go? It's in here somewhere. Oops. Just a second. I've got to scan these before I cut them up and send them to people. Just a second. Ah, I don't know where it is. Anyway, so gonna do something like this. So, put it in there. Okay. It's being annoying, and it's not going to go back in the slot. Just because it's all sticky in some spots. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to do a clean up here. And I'm going to do it on the back of this one. So, my white, thin coat of white paint. Okay, nice thin coat. Let it sit for a moment and get tacky. Oops, hold on. Eesh. Just a minute. The stencil fell and got all over my white paint. In there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put my paper down. Oh, sure, Kathy. Here's the package. It's Studio brand. And it's for like laminating certificates and stuff. Reusable self-adhesive laminating sheets. There's 3 in the package for $2. Now, I found these in the, I'm trying to remember. I think it was with the picture frames. It wasn't in the, pen and stuff aisle, the stationery aisle. But you might want to look in both. But I'm pretty sure I found it with near the canvas paper. In the same place I found the Polaroid canvas paper near the picture frames and stuff. They have this size. They do also have the little ATC size too for like name tags. That's actually how I found out about it, because my sister bought the little small ones for name tags, which would be cool because you could make like little stickers or labels or whatever. Oh, sounds like fun, Nancy. I thought it was going to do such a great job when I moved. I just didn't finish unpacking yet. I didn't get around the edges quite soon enough. But there's what you get. That in itself is a very cool thing. Look at that. It looks like pineapple. What? This looks like pineapples? What looks like pineapples? Well, I'm sure if our dollar store has them, your dollar store. Now, I know that Walmart has, it won't be the same brand, but Walmart has self-adhesive laminating sheets. You're not going to get them as cheap as that, I don't think. But 3 for $2. I know, because I've seen them at Walmart. In the aisle where the, near the stationery, but like where the labels and stuff are. Printer labels and whatever. Sorry, I'm just getting old pieces of paint off. Yeesh. And all over my fingers. Yes, I am, Kathy. Oh, the back of the page. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you mean. Sorry. Cleaning break. So, okay. All right. Alrighty. So, I did, Erica, but I cleaned it. Okay. All right. So now, when you start with those ones, originally you're supposed to leave some blank spaces, but I don't think I'm going to start that way because I don't want to add the shimmer perfect pearls and stuff on the back. I'm just going to start with a solid piece like I did with all my other ones. And I'm going to start with my favorite green yellow, which you're going to have to replace very soon because it's almost empty. And the blue green. So I'm going to do green, yellow, and blue green for my background because I just love those colors. Actually, hand sanitizer will clean it right off very nicely. I just never clean mine. I let it build up and add to the textures. Right now along the edges there's a lot of thick buildup, so that'll just peel off. When it gets to be too thick, it peels off. So, like that. All right. I clean my hands. I don't clean anything else. I think I'm going to do some diagonal stripes. Oh. And I will blend them a little bit, but not right away. I want to get them spread out as is first. Oops. All right, so now that I've got it basically spread, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to kind of blur the edges a little. There we go. Uh-oh, I've got something on my... Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay. Now I'm just going to put some texture in. I'm going to use This is kind of like a what's it called? Herringbone? Oh, darn it. Well, that'll be interesting. Got a little smear going on there. All right. So I need to let that dry. Oops. So that's the difference. Now I can't use my heat gun, but I've got a hair dryer that has a cold air setting. So that is what I'm going to use. Because you can't use your heat gun on your jelly plate. So you have to dry this. It has to be completely dry before you put your next layer of paint on. And don't be impatient and stick your finger in the paint. Just saying. Oh, hey, Deborah. Didn't see you there. All right, not quite dry down here in the corner. Excuse the heat gun again, or hair dryer again, please. Patience, 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 patience. Patience, patience. That's why this version doesn't make great Ustream live Ustream, because there's a lot of like sitting around and waiting for paint to dry. Quite literally watching paint dry. Yes. Watching paint dry. Now let's plan my next layer. My next layer is going to have to be some orange before I add some purple. And I think I'm going to put some orange chevrons. Yes, chevrons is a good idea. Orange chevrons. Oh, here's my other one. I knew I'd find it when I wasn't looking for it. Okay, where did my stencil? There it is. This is my favorite one. I've got to scan this. Hey, Carol. Nice to see you. Dar, still calling her Susan. Oh, Dar, you're so funny. What I do? All right, so I need my wonderful stencil here. Put my orange. Thanks. Hey, Carol, did you see my old family photos? I'm wondering, I think I'm going to have to wipe this off because it's not really going to dry on the acetate, and I bet it's going to come off. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. I was just worried it was going to come off with the orange. Let's hope it doesn't. All right. Hello? Who stole my prayer? Oh, there it is. Never mind. Found it. Oh, there's the chunk of paint that was being mean to me when I was trying to spread that. Yeah, I gotta take my brayer apart and wash it. Gotta put it in some hand sanitizer in the sink and just throw it in, I think. Get as much as I can off with baby wipes and then hey, Tina! Nice to see ya. I just thought I'd do a little art. Couldn't wait until tomorrow. Could have used a sponge, but this is kind of going to work too, I think. All right, let's ready for the reveal. Ta-da! It's not perfect, but hey, who needs perfect? Let's add it to this one. It'll brighten this one up a little bit. While that dries, because that orange now has to dry as a layer. Uh-huh. Okay. Secret mystery. What? Another secret guest? Ooh. Again tomorrow, Didi? Or is Dar just fibbing? Getting us all excited for nothing. Thank you, Dar. Didi's really good at secrets. She gets all this cool company. Nobody wants to come to Mars. Sheesh. You'd think people would want a chance to come to Mars. Hair dryer. I gotta get something in orange coming off the edge because I didn't quite get to the edge. So I wonder if this is still wet. Maybe I'll just see what happens here. What if I do that? No, it's not even wet anymore. No, it's not wet anymore. Okay, so I need something to bring some orange. Hold on. Maybe I'll put a little bit of this on. I just didn't get any orange out to the edge, so I want to have some going off the edge. So this is at least a similar, it's wavy instead of a chevron, but it'll do the trick. There we go. Just want to bring some orange. There we go. Bring some orange right out to the edge. This will probably end up cut in strips or something, or at least a piece for the card bases or something. So there. Just wasn't looking right. Just adding to this pull-up paper that I had here. I'm going to use up the paint from the palette here. Getting some more on this page. Hey, Bridget! Okay. Oh, yeah. Darcy's still off tomorrow. That would be fun, Carol. And then you guys have to stream. Okay. So just want to make sure this is dry around the edges. Okay. So now what color? Now we need, let's see. We need some hexagons, I think. But this time I'm going to use, gosh. I'm getting darker color with each layer. So I'm going to add some purple. When I ordered these, they didn't have any of the red. There's a red blue, I think it is, and they didn't have any in. That would be perfect right now. But I'm going to use purple instead. have a nice deep purple here. So, yay, B3. Woohoo! Oh, I see, Deborah. Yes, I know. Yep. I know part of that secret. Very cool. Okay, so now obviously I'm not going to use this whole stencil. I'm just going to put some paints in certain areas. And I want to use purple, I said, right? All right. My paint palette down here again. Oh, I'm not saying anything. Deborah, don't be silly. Now, this dark purple is going to kind of be like my pop of black, since I don't have any black. So I'm just going to do a few hexagons in a couple different areas here, some going off the plate. Thank you, Carol. I don't know why it just clicked and made sense to me. I just had to find the right thing that was going to work for me for acrylic paint and art journaling and whatever. Just had to find the right thing, and the jelly plate was the right thing for me. And Patty Parrish, obviously, a great influence with her jelly plate prowess and stencil prowess. And then, of course, Dee Dee's encouragement and helped me understand the whole idea of, even though collages, I'll never be the same style as Dee Dee, but at least I understand the concept now, which I really needed. Now I need maybe just one here or two. Need a little bit more paint. Now I think I'm going to have to put some white on top to counteract this pop of dark. I like pop of dark and pop of white. I like both. Cool. I think I need one right here. Oops. It moved on me. Perfect. Like it. I like that. So I'm going to take this stencil and my leftover paint. Not a whole lot of leftover paint, but there was some left in the sponge too that I can. Yeah, exactly, Carol. So that added a little bit to this page that I'm building up here. And I'm just going to turn it over on this one. Put the wet paint. See if it'll transfer or not. I don't know if it will. A little bit, not much. Yes, I think Erica and Lana still need their Joycey nicknames, but you have to be there a little while before she has to get to know you to give you your nickname. All right. So now, pop of white. Ooh, I think I know what I'm going to use for my pop of white. I'm going to use this for my pop of white. Yes, I am. Just want to make sure this is all dry though. Because if the layer before is not dry, it's going to mix with the purple instead of lay on top of it. So we want it to mix, we want it to lay on top of the purple, not mix with it. Uh-oh. I just blew my stencil away. Hold on. Get my short arms reaching here. And I don't want to fall off my chair because you guys know I've been there, done that before. Hold on. Gotta take my feet down off my footstool in order to get this. Hold on. Now my blanket's all messed up. Okay. Oh, I wish I had my sister's nice long arms. There we go. Oh, phew. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Deborah. Princess Camille, Her Highness. Wow, Dee Dee. My poor cricket's name is Cricket. Yeah. Good thing I never had to name any kids, right? Because they'd be called girl and boy, maybe? Yeah. Poor things. All right, try and find a piece of sponge here. Let's see, a piece of sponge. And I was going to try something on top too to see if it'll work, but we'll see. We'll see if it works, something that I haven't tried before. All right, where are my sponges? I need a piece of sponge. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have an avalanche. Oops, no, that's just my journal. Okay, I saved the avalanche. So I just use kitchen sponges, whichever kind the dollar store has at the time. This kind I can cut in 4. Can reuse them or not, doesn't matter. You get like 10 for $1, so who cares, right? I was panicking yesterday thinking, why won't my Cricut work? It took like 2 hours for me to realize that, remember that with my update on my Mac, the Shortcuts a Lot program doesn't work. Don't know why it took me so long. But anyway, I finally remembered that I had to use my laptop because I didn't update my operating system on my laptop. Oh, okay. Oh, yay, Dee Dee. That's so cool. Say congratulations to Boo for us. First place in nationals. That's amazing. You can do some of the same things, Deborah, but it's a little the print and cut's a little trickier than with the scan and cut. So, woohoo! See you, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming. I'll tweet the final results so you can see it. Turn this one this way. So I'm just toning down some of the pop so that I get a little pop of white and a little pop of dark. And then I think I just need one right near the edge here. Use up the rest of my white paint. Now, let that dry. Yeah, Deborah, the thing is, though, you're right. You can do that, but you have to make sure, all right, when you put your paper down, that it gets in the same place both times after when you print it, and then get it in the exact right spot. I can do it with my Cricut too, but it would take like 45 minutes to do an image as compared to 3 or 2 with a scan and cut. So, yeah. So, Carol, with my scan and cut, I could haul in my images because they're all SVGs, or I have them saved as JPEGs. I can do either. I can take, like for my stencils, I can take them in and cut them on the scan and cut as well, right? Hey, Linda. Nice to see you. Yeah, I can do it on my Cricut as well. It's just, it's not as accurate because you have to get that paper in exactly the right spot to get it to cut out. You have to do an extra step. So I'm just not willing to do that. No, not yet, Carol, but I'm getting one. I'm just saying, will I be able to use my SVG or my JPEG files and cut them? My stencils. Not yet. Tax refund. Another couple months. It's almost the end of January. The end of February. February 28th, our school district has to have our forms to us. They usually have it that week. So I can get it emailed out. So the beginning of March. Oh, okay. So it is something I can do. Okay, cool. I'm sure I'll figure it out, Carol. You know me. Okay, that is all dry. The white wasn't too thick. Now, the last thing I'm going to try that I haven't done before with this technique is I'm going to add some stamped image in StazOn on the top. And I'm going to use one of these stamps. It's longer than my block, I think, but that's okay. Now I'm using my Martha Stewart block, but I'm going to use the side that doesn't have the feet, obviously, because I can't put my feet on the plate. Okay. And polka dots. I want polka dots. And I'm going to use StazOn ink. So this shall be interesting because obviously not only is it going to add the polka dots as ink, it's probably going to add texture too, which would be cool if I was putting it on paper, but anyway. Oh, it is long enough. All right, so I don't really care in this case. If I was doing a card, I would care if it's straight, but in this case, I don't really care if it's straight. Well, I can do that, Carol. You can send me a DM on Twitter with that information, and I can most certainly do that. All right, this is brand new. Dee Dee Sniffers. Anyone want to sniff? Sniff anyone? Oh, almond extra. I love my stays on stuff. Some people sniff crayons. I sniff stays on ink. Just saying. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Well. Yeah, Carol, that would be very cool if I could do that. Very cool. This is working really cool. The stays on ink on the very top layer here. And it should stick to the acrylic and come off properly with the paint, I'm assuming. Oh, I see Lana's coming into the room. Woohoo! Lana's late. Late to the party. I like the stamp. Actually, I love this whole stamp set. Okay, very cool. Okay. There we go. And I'll swipe clean my stamp here. It stays on, so it's going to dry and stain, but that's fine. With the permanent inks, I don't mind so much if some of the color stays on. But I don't like it when my distress, I always clean after my distress. Clean it well because I don't want it to mix with my next distress color I'm using. All right. So we'll just let that ink dry and then we'll do our transfer and see what it looks like. Hey, Lana. Oh yeah, very cool, good deal. Deborah, did you buy there's a monthly membership thing? Did you do that or do you just do individual? And this was a stamp set I bought my last crop. And the Scrapbook Cafe was at our crop. They're by Just Right Stamps. It was $29, but you get the stars, 3 different ticket borders, those 2 borders. It was a little expensive, but I loved them. And then you have the 2 matching argyle. Well, I'm getting the skin cut instead of the silhouette, so. All right, so all is dry. So here's what these laminating, oh, I've got 2 packages of them. All right, so the laminating sheets have 2 pieces. All right, so you put your certificate or whatever inside here, right? And then you peel this off and it sticks around the edges. It's just a little bigger than 8.5 by 11. But, and then this sticks like actually over your, okay, so this back part is actually the sticky, has adhesive on it. So you would put your certificate on there and it would be a little smaller than this. So around the edge it would be this little bit of adhesive. And so then this just sticks to the adhesive. So don't actually have any adhesive at all sticking to your certificate. So you're not ruining your certificate or whatever you're laminating. It's just an acetate. So this acetate sheet we don't need. So I just take it off. I can use that now for cards, or I can cut a stencil with it, whatever. So I just stick that in my slot where I can use it. And now I can take this paper off. Now this makes a great palette, paint palette. So I'll keep that because that can be reused. And now I'm going to keep this little paper strip on because it will help me remove it in the end. And I'm going to move my glue. Sticky side down. And obviously you want to get it with as few bubbles as possible. Exactly, Christy. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know, Brenda. I can do one and I can try it. Definitely. I'll cut a little piece out of one of my other ones or this one and I'll try it and I'll see if it peels off. It's quite a bit thicker than the tape, so I'm not sure. But hey, it might. It might peel off and end up being like a piece of plastic, just because it's more about the fact that the gel medium transfers the paint, okay, to your project. Because remember, your acrylic paint is just matte medium without any color, or similar, right? From what I understand. So it's just like these layers of paint stick to each other and then come up and stick to the adhesive on this. When you add adhesive to the other side and let it dry, then that pulls the paint once again. And if it's a stronger adhesive, it's going to pull it the other way, I assume. So I'm just using my bone folder. You don't want to use it any sharp edge. So I'm just using like the rounded area. Yeah, I've done it on the clear. Yeah, I did it once too, Dana, on the clear, and it mutes everything, which I guess if you want that kind of effect, it would be really cool if you were doing like a project where you wanted to make like windows, frosted windows, or something like that. It would be cool for a certain type of project. Most definitely. But it does. It frosts and mutes down all your colors. Yeah, because the clear labels aren't actually clear. They're more like vellum. They're kind of like the color like a vellum. So more like this actually. Like my the things I cut my stencils out of. All right, let's see if he's ready. Notice I have it up quite a ways off one end here. Huh. This one doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if my white paint may not have been dry. Dang it. So the white paint's dry and it doesn't stick to all your other stuff. Nothing underneath will pull up either. Well, it doesn't pull up. It doesn't pull up. It's not pulling up around the edges. So let's just try this more. I might try from the other end and see what happens. There we go. See, this white paint wasn't dry. So then nothing underneath it comes up either. It's okay. Yeah, that white paint wasn't dry. All right, so mostly when you look at the back side of it, all you see is that first layer. Then when you turn it over, you get this. All right, now I'm going to trim off this part that's really sticky here. And I'm going to see if I can get ooh, the wind is howling out there. Ooh. Patience is not a virtue of mine, so I should have waited a little longer for that white paint on the edge to dry, but oh well, that's okay. So I'm just going to go around and pick up the extra stuff on this little sticky strip. See what I can pull up. Hi, Lana. Just that good. Yeah, right. Yes. No, not a canvas. Although I could have done the same thing on a canvas and just left it, but now it's on some clear. Well, maybe I'll do a canvas tomorrow because I wonder if I can find them. Therein lies the problem. I'm going to turn this over, see if I can get some of this goodness. I do have some board canvases somewhere. If I can find them, maybe that's what I'll work on tomorrow, from my jelly plate to a board canvas. I do have to do a journal page though too. Oh yeah, I can't remember who it is that came up with the new one. But they'll tell you they're very smart, making the 8.5 by 11. They got ahead of Gelli. They're gonna make a ton, because anybody who doesn't have a Gelli plate yet, they're gonna go out and buy the 8.5 by 11 instead of the 8 by 10, because it just makes sense. All right, so here is my print. Yes, Erica. Oh, yes, Stampendous. Thank you, Dana. Yes, they came out with it at the new CHA. They launched it. They announced it. So hold off and order the one from Stampendous. It makes sense that they would be the smart ones to do it. They've been listening to chatter. They have been listening to chatter. Yep. Well, if it's Stampendous, I'm sure they will, Carol. I'm not so sure about Michael's, but I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby, like Stampendous, is a big company. I'm sure they're going to market them in Hobby Lobby or somewhere, because they are kind of heavy. You don't want to be ordering them online. So Dana held out for a long time. But and I did the homemade one to test out first to see if I would use it. And when I realized that it was something I loved, I bought it, and it's been worth every penny. So I'm going to stop my recording here because nobody has to watch me peel paint off my Gelli plate on the recording. So if you were watching this on recording, thanks for coming.